Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a video about how to start properly in Rememento White Shadow. This is a video that is going to help you to really improve and be able to get to the end game and be ready for everything. So you're going to be able to be ready for pretty much doing everything that you need to do in the game, completing the hardest boss in the game, completing the hardest difficulties in the abyss or in the abyssal lake, right? You're going to be able to even compete in PvP. This team is able to do everything, and it's a very simple team that you can pretty much get most of it completely for free, right? So let's start with the composition, right? So it's going to be Sari as your main healer, a character that you're going to be getting for free, and her weapon you're also going to be getting it for free once you complete a little bit of exploration, right? All you have to do is complete a little bit of exploration, deliver a couple of things that you have to deliver here in this statue, and the statue is going to give you her weapon, which is this one right here, right? And this weapon is definitely worth it to be leveled up because it's going to be giving you the stats that she needs, and it increases the healing anyways, so it's really good. Um, the other character that we have in the team is Jeremiah. This one I don't even have to tell you anything. You are going to be getting Jeremiah completely for free at the beginning of the game, and you also get her weapon for free. So you don't even have to go and find a weapon for your Jeremiah because it's going to be available right there. Pluto is the 4-star character that is available in the permanent banner and is available in the feature banner as well, if I'm not wrong. Let me see. No, she's not. She's not. Okay, but she is definitely easy to get. I mean, it's not going to be impossible for you to get her. But let's say that you don't get Pluto for some weird reason. You don't get Pluto. If you don't get Pluto, then you probably can swap her out for your Stain, right? Which is in the current promotional banner, right? So it is very likely that you are going to be getting Stain, right? But for this team, you always definitely want Pluto over Stain, mostly because she's a fire element and you need her for the main content, and then this one is water element, and then the main last content is wood element, so you don't want them to be breaking the armor of your character all the time. So that's the reason why mostly I recommend going for Pluto in this particular team. Right, and then last character for the team is going to be Arnis. Arnis is a character that you can get for free or that you can get just by spending $1 in the game, right? If you spend a single dollar in the game, you can get an Arnis completely for free, and you can use that dollar to get a multi, right? You can get a temple with that $1 that you use, right? So Arnis is a character that is super strong and that you can use for PvP, you can use for PvE in pretty much all the content. And not only is this team, again, super easy to get, but it's also super easy to build. All you need in this character is a speed set with a lot of HP, right? That's all you need. Just make it full HP set, a speed set with 2 pieces of the HP, right? So that she can move fast. You don't want her to be super slow, right? And then Arnis and Jeremiah, they are both built the same way. You're going to be going full speed set, and then you can use 2 pieces of the crit rate set if they are good enough, right? You can use those 2 pieces just to complete, or I mean, the best thing to do is to actually go for 2 pieces of attack percentage. Why? Because Arnis and Jeremiah, both of them work with dots, so they work with damage over time, and damage over time scales mostly out of your attack. It's your attack what it matters when it comes to damage over time. And Pluto is a character that is super simple. Just go for a lot of HP, a chest piece that should be a speed, and then a leg piece that should be a fat head, right? For these characters as well, right? Jeremiah would go attack on her cloak and attack on her chest piece. And Arnis will also do the same, attack on her cloak, attack on her chest piece. And then the leg piece for both of them is going to be a fat head. And this one, you just go HP on everything, right? Just go HP on everything, and the speed you're going to be getting it from the set and from the substats, right? Try to get as many defensive substats that you can get with this character, and as much HP as you can, right? So this here is the highest and most difficult content in the game, right? And it's the most important one because here you can get the speed set, and that's the set that you definitely want to get for pretty much all of your characters. So it's really, really important that you have a team that can kill these guys, right? That can destroy this boss. And believe me that this particular team pretty much doesn't let the enemy ever take a turn, right? The enemy would never take a turn because you're constantly going to be putting dots on them. And then the way that Arnis works is that her passive makes it so that whenever you attack an enemy that has dots, right? Um, they lose the attack meter, right? They will lose the attack meter every time that you attack them, and they have any type of debuffs, any type of dots as well. Her ultimate has a 100% chance if you put a dupe on it to apply 3 damage over time dots, right? And the second skill has 40%. It's going to be buffed. This is going to be buffed to 50%, right? And then here it's going to be buffed to 80%. Chance to apply dots, right? Damage over time again. So this character is completely built for doing that. Jeremiah is the same. She deals. She can use this to apply. These 4 attacks, and if each attack have 50% chance to apply 2 dots. And then this one is 70% chance to apply 1 more dot. And then this one, what it can do is that it can explode the enemy and trigger all of the dots at the same time. So if you see that the enemy is about to act, they're probably going to attack you and kill you, and you already accumulated a lot of dots on them, you just have to use this character to explode them, and the enemy is going to die, and then you're just going to be safe. You're not going to die, right? So that's the way to go with these characters. I would like to make a demonstration. I'm not so sure if it is going to completely work because I don't really have an entire set. But let's go ahead and try because these characters are not max level. I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of that. My characters are not max level, and due to that, it's definitely going to be a little bit difficult for me to win completely. So I'm not going to go for the max difficulty. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be using some of the gear that I have on my other characters, right? So let's go ahead and use the same set that I have on my Libertas. And then let's go ahead and use her weapon because it's the weapon that you're probably going to have, right? So let's go with that, even though it's only level 50. Right? I only have like 600 attack. I have a lot of crit rate and crit damage, right? Because that's the way that I have built my character. But, I mean, should work, right? It should work. Let's go with attack here, and then we can use this one here for some effect hit. And we need as much attack as possible. I do know that I have some pieces that have attack on them. I do not, so I'm going to be using this. And just a helmet that has a little bit of attack. Here we are. Boom. And then with that, my harness is built. I'm going to be using the weapon. This weapon, you can get it pretty easy as well. It's a 4-star weapon, and it works completely fine on this character as well because he have a little bit of effect hit. As you can see, the 100% effect hit, 1000 attack. That's pretty much what you need. It should be enough, right? This one, I will need to use some different piece of gear here just to make sure that she's not going without a piece of gear. I guess we can just use this, right, for now. Yeah, it should be good. All right, so let's go ahead and then try the maximum difficulty on the game. And that way you can see, right, that this team actually does work. Keep in mind, again, that this team is, for me, right, I didn't went for this team in particular because first I made a mistake, right? I didn't actually put the dupes on my armies where I should have put the dupes. You can see my video for that, right? I learned that afterwards, right? And second is because my Sion team, this one, what it is? Oh, I don't see my Sion team. Oh, here it is. My Sion team can definitely do it without any problems. I just kill it without any problems, so I don't feel the need to continue building my armies. But at some point, you can see that I was actually building this team because they are all leveled up, right? But in any case, this team should be work for this, right? Let's go ahead and try actually the highest difficulty, and let's see if I can clear it, right? The way it works is simple. Just keep in mind that you need to have your attack buff all the time. Let's see, this volume may be a little bit high. Let's go ahead and make sure that this is not going to be an inconvenience, right? So whenever you have the opportunity to attack a single enemy with Jeremiah, you should always go with a skill 2, because then all 4 attacks are going to go to that single enemy, and then you can start setting up your dots, right? And well, here here I made a mistake because my Arnis is starting first than my healer. That's definitely weird. Huh. In any case, let's go ahead and do this. As you can see, you start setting up your dots. Then after that is just make sure to don't use all of your points right away. Make sure that you're saving your points for whenever your other characters need to act, right? And when with this character, with Jeremiah, you want to use the first skill to just set up more dots on the enemy. That's going to be really, really important and really, really good. You can also use the first skill for Pluto so that you can break the guard of the enemy faster. You see all the damage that the enemy is already taking. Boom. And the ultimate for Arnis should be setting up a lot of dots on these enemies and also push their turns back. Right, this one almost died. Yeah, they were able to attack me a little bit there. Well, let's see how this goes. I don't really need to attack them anymore because they are going to die with the dots. And for this character, I made a mistake here because you always want to make sure that you have attack buff active. And here I don't have it. Right, with Arnis, you always want to use your skill 2. Always. Always use your skill 2. So just make sure that you're paying attention to the turn order and that you're going to have enough points to use your skill 2 on your Arnis or a skill 3 if a skill 3 is available. Here, so I need to make sure that I have 3 points to use with my character here so that I can have attack buff. Because the enemy is going to take the turn, and I want that when the enemy takes the turn, that I have attack buff on me so that the enemy takes the additional damage from the dots. Right? So I'm going to use this skill 2 because I would have still enough points to set up my attack buff here. Once my attack buff is set up, you can see I did a lot of damage. And here I'm just going to make sure that I can heal up with my healer here. Right? Keep in mind that the healer doesn't really have to use a lot of skills all the time because she would be healing you just by being in the team, right? Just being in the team is enough for her to heal because every time that she takes a turn, you get healing, right? You get free healing. So let's go here again. This time I'm not going to use the skill 2 with this character because I want to use a skill 3 first. I'm going to go with skill 1. And then now I can use the skill 3, do damage to the other 2 guys so that they can start dying, right? So that I don't receive any damage later. So here I think I want to use this so that I can break the guard faster. It's going to do a basic attack. And every time you take 9 turns, the boss is going to immediately automatically attack. So don't worry about that. Here I just don't want to die. So I'm going to make sure to heal up. Right? And I'm going to attack with this. Enemies are going to start doing some damage and they do pretty crazy damage, as you can see. But the enemy, the boss, which is the most important one, is completely stun lock. So I don't have to worry about that. I can use 1 here because I will be able to use second skill with my Arnis later. Here, second skill. Then the other 2 guys are about to die. And the only problem is I will not be able to heal. Right. I was not gonna be able to heal anyway because it actually silenced me. So let's see what we can do here. These guys should die. And we're getting another turn because they die. That's part of the passive for your Pluto. Yeah, Pluto has that passive that she was the one that was able to apply that. Here the boss is going to do a massive attack and I need to make sure that I survive. Let's see if I do. Oof, that was a lot of damage. I almost died. Okay. My Pluto died, but she did what she needed to do, which is give me the healing buff. I mean the attack buff. Right, so we should be good because I'm going to break the guard here, so the boss is not going to be able to act. He's going to take the damage as well from the dots. Boom, almost dead. And here I was not able to use my skill 2, which is a big mistake. And let's go ahead and put more dots on the enemy. 3 dots, almost dead. He's going to summon here, so it's nothing to worry about and should be dead. Keep in mind that this is me killing this enemy without having the characters actually properly built. right? I'm using whatever pieces of gear that I use on my other characters that are not the actual pieces of gear that you want to use in these particular characters. So I want you to understand that, right? This team is completely broken. It's going to help you here to complete this. It's going to help you to complete other content like for example, um, the Abyss. Let me see. I can show you guys here. Um, it's going to help you complete the Abyss. Even can help you to complete this boss, which is a fire boss. And all you have to do is just swap your two supports for two supports that are water instead. So you would change Pluto and you would change Seri and you would go with Chloe and you would go with Stain. Keep in mind that Chloe is another character that you can get completely free because you have a selector banner. Oh, I forgot to say that, right? If you don't want to spend the dollar, you can always use the selector banner that you get at the beginning of the game to pull for Arnis, right? She's the best option, and if you already have Arnis, the best option is to go for Chloe, right? So this particular team here should be able to clear also the other boss that would give you the crit damage and crit rate gear, attack gear, and everything else that you would need for your characters as well, right? So again, completely insane and broken team, easy to build as well. And it should work even without the stats that I show you here. The stats that I was showing you here is something that you can for sure get yourself very early in the game, and it will facilitate for you to complete all the content. In any case, guys, I think that's everything that I wanted to share with you. I'm hoping that you are enjoying the content and that you are finding this helpful. Please let me know in the comments if you like anything else, if you want me to do a guide for about anything else, and I will make sure to do so. Also, consider subscribing to the channel, like setting up the notifications for my new videos. There is going to be a new video for Rememento White Shadow every single day. See you in the next one. Peace.